Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 12, and as you can see we're stood next to my base, and what we've actually got in the horizon there is a planet rise, believe it or not. That is the planet Chi rising, and it's 7.6 astronomical units away. We will be looking at that planet sometime in the future. What we're going to be doing in this video is working on my base, because in the previous part we got out and did some exploring and we found the UCH Heidelberg over here in the Dart M1. I've also deployed my water generator. I was planning on building a base down here, but it's way too hot. So what we're going to do is stay in this area here. You can also see that I've also mined out all the copper and silicon. All I've got is an iron deposit left now. So we're going to have to get out and explore the planet. I have to admit, it took 2 sessions of mining to get the copper and the silicon using the survival tool. It's not exactly the best thing for mining. Before we get in and work on the base, there's one thing I do need to do, which is one of the reasons why I'm making this video as well, is you can see I've now got all the resources to make the silver shade light, and that's what we're going to kick off here, get that underway. And then what I want to do is work on the main mission. Wow, we're getting chilled a bit. Great, thank you, game. I don't remember that, no. I have to warm up a little bit. And the other thing I've also done, if you look here, the base looks a little bit tinier. I've cleared away all the junk so that I can put the core in. Drop the core there. And if I come in here, you'll see that I've made some concrete blocks and some steel blocks in order to be able to lay out the base. But the one thing we're going to need to do is stay close to this heater, actually. We're going to have to unlock the small fuel tank and the small generator. We're going to need to get these operational. Hopefully I will have the resources to make this. It won't be slightly embarrassing. That's for the SV. That's the SV. Where's this fuel tank? To make sure we build the right one. That's the one for the base. Where is the one? That's it. Where is the generator? Oh, there it is there. Sorry. And the other thing I'm also going to need is some cargo boxes. Oh, I thought I'd unlock the cargo boxes. Okay, let's get back into here. So you're going to unlock the cargo boxes. We need an ammo box. We've got the fridges. We can make the fridge. Not too worried about getting a fridge in just at the moment. And of course what we're going to need is a small constructor as well. And we're going to need weapons, but that will come with time. And what we're going to do is make a couple of big containers as well. Let's see if we can get the fuel tank in. I'll do exactly the same as I did last time. I'm just going to put the fuel tank under the floor. I'm pretty sure the radiation comes from the fuel tank here, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. What we'll do is we'll just put a large constructor on it so that we don't walk near it. Actually, while we're at it, let's just fill in some. I'm not sure how many of these blocks we're going to have for. Thank you, game. I think we can. Certainly going to. I think if we put in a block there, maybe what we could probably do is encase this whole area with blocks. Just going to put in a few small blocks. I've got too much junk in my inventory. Probably do is put the water condenser out. We don't need it just yet. Just rotate that round and drop that there. Does this aircraft a small constructor? Yes, thank you, game. I can do that. In some ways, this is going to be a little bit of a filler video. I can't you? I don't want that. I want that. Right, I'm gonna cargo boxes in. And what do we want? We need the small constructor. Make that first as well. We'll put the cargo boxes underneath. There's 32,000, but of course we know full well that's actually telling us lies. We get you. Get one there. You there. We're gonna have to do this the hard way. I'm gonna keep putting this floor in. Not sure if that will go underneath there. That would be okay. Put that there, that there, that there. I think we'll probably have this as the edge of the base, and we'll probably use that as a footpath around this side. Where's the so we'll probably seal off this side of the base, which is the most exposed side of the base. I'm not going to build too much of an elaborate base here, simply because we're not going to stay long. I'm going to go mobile as quickly as possible. So once we've got the base up and running, we're most likely going to work on a capital vessel. It's in times like this when you really miss the logistics of the game. Keep in there, filling this area in. Stop it, game. I'm feeling cold. I know I probably am feeling cold. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill in the rest of this area here, and I'll be right back, because I think you've probably seen enough of me placing blocks. Okay, I've now filled in the floor. I've also started to put a back wall in here. I think we'll have an entrance there. I think what we will do is drop the small constructor. That's now finished. We should be able to put that onto our here. We'll put the small constructor bang on top of the actually I think I'd rather put the large constructor over this area here. I think we'll put the small. When having placed the constructor in at least one cargo box, you need to link the constructor to the box, yes. And what they're actually talking about is come in here, yep. And what you need to do is just link in cargo box 1, and we are getting radiation. Wow. The last addition to your base is self-defense, either against roaming creatures or nearby enemies. Install a defense system that you should craft a sentry, at least one ammo box, and the appropriate ammo. Well, I don't think we can actually make an ammo box in here, can we? No, we'd have to use the small constructor to do that. And of course the fun bit now is I've got to transfer stuff from here into the main base so that I can make things. So again, I'm just going to do that off camera. We'll use biofuel to get started. I don't want a major drain on the base. We're gonna have to do something about the radiation. We'll probably have to get a shower in or something. Not that I'm going to spend that much time in the base, but I just need it to be able to make some stuff. What was I doing? Sorry, lost concentration. Oh, I want to fuel the base. Fuel the base. How much is that? 4%, 6%, 9%. That should now get the logistics working. Yep. Oxygen's getting a little bit low, but we'll be okay with that. Plenty of oxygen at the moment. Of course now this temperature's proving a real pain in the neck at the moment. So where are we going to put? I think we'll probably put the cargo box on top of the generator, I think. Or not the cargo box, sorry, the ammunition box. Do it this way. I mean, I could put it against this wall, because this wall's actually got combat steel in it. These panels here are actually combat steel. So maybe we're... Actually, if I put that behind like that, that will... Let's get rid of this. I think it's just starting to annoy me. Oops. Oh, I'm using my multi-tool. I shouldn't be using the multi-tool because I don't have the resources for that. Bit of a fail there. Oh, we need... So we've now got that there. I'm not going to bother too much about oxygen as such here, because I'd rather have the oxygen available as a personal supply at the moment. Once the ship is finished, then we'll put the oxygen into the ship. That means wherever I go, the oxygen will go. Right, we need weapons. What do we need? Base defense weapons. I wouldn't mind a turret. Sentry guns, but to do that we're going to need a large constructor. So where's the large constructor? Right, let's just look at the large constructor. Oh, we've got motors. What's up with this? We need motors. What's up? Why can't we make motors? Nanotubes. Oh yeah, of course. Not paying attention. We're going to need nanotubes, and to make nanotubes we're going to need carbon subs. What's it do we need to make the nanotubes? Carbon substrate. Can I make carbon substrate if I put stuff into here? Or cancel that. Okay, box. Yeah. That should be. Why can't I make nanotubes? What's up with this? No, I don't cobalt. What can I make? Oh, we need stone dust. You always get sunk by the simplest of things. Right, I'll just use a crushed stone over. Just shove that into here as well. That should now give me the large constructor. We'll knock that out. Got that stupid. I think while that's building, we're just put in a few more blocks. Blocks in there, so that because you can guarantee if there's a gap in the base, the drones will fire through it. And we'll just put that one there. We've got a little bit of a gap there. Just then, like that. Number 3. There, one. That gives me a floor area to work with. Hopefully, just gonna put the logistics on. Just use this. Put this. Shove this somewhere as well. Just put you on the corner there. No point wasting it. And I think we put the large constructor just on the front here, so it's over the core. That should keep me a little bit away from the radiation. Also temperature. The temperature's starting to rise now, so we're a little bit better off. And what was I building? We've got to create a turret. Unlock the turret. Got an armor locker. Don't really. I suppose I could make an armor locker. I wouldn't mind the food processor. It's getting a bit low on unlock points as well, so we have to keep an eye on that. Do I really want to put a projectile weapon on here? Don't want to spend those points at the moment. Just check from the point of view of a cargo box. Actually, here, that one, and we'll put you as out. Just check the weapon situation. I definitely need 15mm ammunition. No, we haven't unlocked that yet. But then, if I unlock this turret here, that should now unlock the 15mm ammunition. Yep, so we've now got 15mm ammunition. Certainly gonna make this and get to the turret. We're gonna make one of those just for the actual mission, and then we're gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. That give me 500 of those. So we've now got that operational. While that's actually working, that is starting to annoy me. Let's pick that back up again, because I'm getting to the point now where I don't. I think I can get away with this now. If I stand here, open this up, we're now connected to the large workshop. Go to there. Go to there. We can drag this out. Anything else that I want to pull out from here? I think we're all this components. Take the cobalt. Gold ingot. I think we might be able to make an EVA suit now. And in theory, if we connect this, it's going to go into the wrong cargo box, but we can fix that straight away. Oh, that can go that way. That can go that way. That can go that way. And what it means is now I'll just use these up. No, that's a steel block in the wrong place, but just put those there. That block's in the wrong place, but it can stay there. It's not going to do any harm. And I think now, because I can't get close, I've no longer got the radiation problem. I need to work on the roof. Let me just have a look up. It's because I'm close to the wall behind me. I mean, we've got a kind of upper story here, which I want to leave on this side, but then I can guarantee that whatever happens is the opposition's going to come in from a different direction. Anyway, let's just take that up, and we're just going to put an upper story of steel blocks in. Not going to look elegant, but it's not intended to be elegant. It's just meant to be able to defend. I think there's the combat steel blocks there. We just come across like that. Bring up another tier. Just like this. Just like that. There, and we'll just seal across this roof here like that. There's a truss there, we can fix that. And I think from a kind of general perspective, if we can come across like this here. There's another gap there. Maybe we'll just come up like that. Whoops. My finger twitched on the keys there. Right, let's just get into here. Actually, this. Just put a minigun turret on the roof for the moment. Well done, you are now basically set and the Robertson protocol is complete. Do not forget to put ammo in your ammo boxes. Yes, well. So we've got a minigun on the front. Let me just get here, get back. We'll just uproot that block there. Another. I think that block can stay. And like it suggests, we better put some 500 rounds in there. And technically, blueprint production successfully complete. So that is going to be the foundation of my base. I don't want it to be much more elaborate than that. I'll probably put in, yeah, we probably need a fridge. Oops. We'll just get here. And can I make a fridge? Yeah, we'll make a base fridge. And I haven't unlocked the food processor yet. How much more points is that going to take? Food processor. I think the food processor. I think we can afford 3 of those. And, I mean, I wouldn't mind the solar panels to help top up the base energy, but I don't really want to put those in just yet because I really need. Well, I suppose I could. The sun's coming up. We could put a few up on the roof. That might. Yeah. Okay, let me just. Yeah. Got an O2 station. I'm a bit reluctant to put oxygen in this base until, well, not until at least it's sealed. We got the fridge. Certainly want the food processor. Make a capacitor, and we'll just make 1, 2, 3, 4 solar panels. Fridge. We must use that block up as well while we're at it. We'll put the. Not sure why I'm getting radiation over here. Fridge there. I mean, we're not like we're going to go and open the fridge. Keep getting these random radiation effects. I'll just drop that box there. What I will probably do is just fill in some of the other stuff with the concrete, so there's going to be a bit of a hodgepodge of steel and concrete. Probably take off some of these trusses around here as well for the steel plates. I don't think I'm going to need to go much higher than this, so we can probably take off some of these half blocks here. Apologies for this. This is combat steel, so we're actually decompose these. I certainly don't want to use the multi-tool for this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off these from the top so that I've got a solid base to do it. Right, what I've done is I've now got rid of all the half plates up here, so what I should be able to do now is drag these down here. And what I could probably do is just fill in this gap at the truss level. And then that would save me some. Just haven't put that. So we're just going to come in here, put a there, and we'll put a block there. I mean, truthfully, you don't need to worry too much about the types of blocks, because if you get yourself a texture tool, you can normally texture in all the differences here. This would just discourage any drones from shooting in from the top of these resources. I know the truss blocks are quite weak, but if push comes to shove, we can always put another layer over the top. That kind of seals in the base reasonably well. We can still use the combat steel blocks there. Got a rear entrance there, which is a block there, and we've got a little bit of a platform here. Got a slight hole up here. So must be something like a half block or something in here. And there's a combat steel. Take that out. You can guarantee if you leave a hole, the drones will find a way to fire through it. You need to keep an eye on the oxygen. Take that out. Just take out that half. What we should be able to do now is a block in there, and we should be able to get a block in there. So that means that there's no gaps. I know that the trusses are weak, but it means that overall the base is sealed against attack. So these red are combat steel. In fact, there's 2 layers of combat steel on this side. And we're good from that perspective. Go away. We've got this enclosed now. Got reasonable defenses. Food processors. And we'll see if we can get some solar powered capability up on the roof here. Probably put we can put the food processor against this wall here. It's not going to win any awards, but that there means anyone shooting through those blocks to get there. Solar capacitor, I suppose we could tuck that into that corner there. Wait, stop giving me radiation. Now comes the fun bit. Where are we going to put the solar panels? I mean, the sun is pretty high here. So my instinct would be is just to put the solar panels directly onto the roof here. I mean, we can probably put one, but we put one flat here. So like that there. I mean, that's pretty good. And if I take off use the trusses to our advantage. One. I know these are only small ones, but they do the job. I mean, as I say, I'm not planning on having a major. That one up like that. I mean, I know they're floating in space, but they're both getting pretty good power sources at the moment. 4 slots. That should give me some ability to subsidize the power. Can I make some doors? I wouldn't mind some armored doors or a couple of automatic doors as well. Just so I can seal this in, so where I have at least some protection during the night now. Actually, wow. Nearly missed that. Fill up the oxygen. Check. I think we're a little bit too much here. We've got some biofuel. How's the oxygen generators? Right, you're out. I think what we're going to do is just going to pick you up and move you. And we're going to pick you up And then what we're going to do is just going to put the oxygen generators in this corner here. Where did that go? Oh, that's interesting. You can actually stack things, the oxygen generators, on your toolbar now. That's pretty cool. We'll do it that way round. Oops. I was going to move you into there. And then up a bit. And go away. Come in here. Just you. Pick up you. And what we'll do is we'll just put the... Why won't it? We're not going to get the... For some reason it doesn't want my constructor close to the base. Okay, we're just going to have to put the portable constructors out here. Like that. Cargo box 1, let's shove that in there. You can go with me. Water, we'll just put you in the fridge for the moment. What we'll do is we'll keep these going, so 1, 2. Oops. What happened to the logs? What happened to my logs? We need some more logs. Right, we've got a couple more solar panels. We'll just put those on the roof as well while we're at it. The doors in so that I've got some protection. Always like to recess the doors when I'm in a defensive situation, because that just means they're slightly less exposed than they would be before. Oops. Up here. Swap to here. Oops, no, wait. I mean, the sun is predominantly up there, so we could probably put a panel, that panel over here, maybe down a little bit, one on that side. I mean, wow, those are getting full density, so we'll just put 2 there. Again, they're floating free a little bit, but it'll be okay. Thank you, game. Right, let me just... I think we need to empty this one. Just take this with us. If I get everything in one place, then I'll be able to sort it out a little bit better. That's probably going to be the best way to do it. That can go there. Cargo box 1, I don't need. But let's just cancel that and do it the quick way. Grab that. Oh. I didn't mean to do that, but never mind. I'll just do it. You. What else have we got left in here? 3 oxygen. Well, I can go there. Means we can then pick that up. Go to there, drop you into there. What I'm going to do now is just going to put the second portable constructor there. I've now got a way to walk through here without having to be tripped up every 5 minutes. I'll sort out the inventories off camera. I'm aware time is pushing on a little bit, and so what I want to do just to finish this part off is bring in the new ship. You've got the silver shade light, just so you can take a look at what I've been building or what we're going to be using. Here's the silver shade light. It's not as powerful as my other ships have got. To give you a bit of an overview of what it actually contains. What I've done is I've taken the tip which I got from the ship that I was using in the previous part, is I've consolidated all the containers into one location. So we've got a carry capacity of 4,535. We've got slightly weaker thrusters than I had before. We've got an armor locker, we've got a detector, we've got a wireless connector. So we've now got the ability to do that. We've got a fridge. We've got no small constructor at the moment, but I could put one on now that I've got the ability to make one. And we've got an O2 station. So we've got enough to be getting out and about and explore the planet, which is going to be the focus of the next part, because I've really got to be able to get a reliable source of promethium. I think this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we will be getting out and about trying to find promethium. That's got to be the next priority. Oh, found some more silicon up there. That's good. Find out what the Xerax are up to up here. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.